Hello, I'm Gordon Lang, editor of CameraLabs.com. I'd like to show you a brief compilation of video clips filmed with the Olympus EP1. Now the EP1 is a very interesting camera because it packs a DSLR size sensor into a relatively compact form factor, and this allows it to avoid much of the noise artifacts that you see on typical compact images under low light at higher sensitivities. And to find out more about this camera, please check out my full review at CameraLabs.com. But here I want to talk about the video capabilities of this camera. And you're watching a clip filmed with the camera right now. I'm stood about 1 meter in front of the EP1, and the sound you hear is recorded by its built-in mono microphone. Now the EP1 can film in two different modes, in VGA resolution or in 720p HD. And you're watching the latter right now, and all the clips in this sequence are filmed in the HD mode. Now both of those modes are filmed at 30 frames per second and encoded using the Motion JPEG codec, and these are stored in an AVI wrapper. The maximum file size per clip is 2 GB, which in HD mode should get you around 7 minutes worth of footage. So now let's take a look at some of the ways that you could use the EP1's movie mode. This first clip was filmed with the EP1 mounted on a tripod and smoothly panning from left to right, and I should note that the narration used for all of these video clips was recorded using the EP1, so this sound is what you hear from its built-in microphone. Now it is of course possible to zoom if you've got a zoom lens fitted by simply twisting the zoom ring, although this process isn't quite as smooth as using a motorized zoom on a compact camera. Now this is what happens when you start trying to use the EP1 for filming video handheld with stabilization enabled. If you're doing pans very smoothly and you're not wobbling too much, then the results can look okay, like here. But if you begin to wobble a little bit or attempt an optical zoom while you're filming, then the camera can sometimes suffer from that dreaded jello effect. Now this, to be fair, is something that equally affects DSLRs with video modes. It's something you have to live with at the moment, sadly. If you don't want to live with it, then get yourself a dedicated camcorder instead. Now one of the benefits of using a camera with a relatively large sensor for video is low noise levels under low light conditions. Here there may be a little bit more noise than you'd be expecting, but that's because the zoom lens isn't optically that bright. Fortunately, there are a couple of great prime lenses available for the Micro Four Thirds system. One of the other benefits of the large sensor is a potentially shallow depth of field, and here I've used the kit lens fully zoomed in and with the aperture wide open. You can set the aperture manually on the EP1 when filming, and here I've managed to effectively blur the background. And finally, you can shoot movies with one of the EP1's 6 different art filters. These apply special effects in real time. The one that you're looking at right now is the grainy black and white effect. Or how about this one using the pop art filter? This increases the colours with greater saturation for quite a gaudy, colourful effect. Or maybe this one. This is the pinhole art filter. So that's the end of my compilation of video clips filmed with the Olympus EP1. But once again, if you want to find out more about this camera, for example seeing how its image quality compares to a typical compact or a typical DSLR, then head on over to my full review. As always, you'll find it at CameraLabs.com.